Hey, everybody, and welcome to season 2, the reboot of It's Time with Keandra Ward. Most of you, if you haven't been following me, you know that we started the show. I stopped the show. We started the show, but I'm excited because we are back. But this time we are back with a twist. We have now been picked up by the Inspire You Network. So I'm excited. We will be featured on the network's app. You'll find us Roku, Apple TV, so many places. You'll be able to find our show weekly Tuesdays at 9 p.m. So let me go ahead and just get the day started. Y'all ready? I'm excited because this season we're doing it with a twist. I am going to have a co-host with me every month to help showcase our guests. I'm trying to find a good way to say it. To just outdo me, y'all. I want them to shine. These are people that I absolutely love, that I've connected with over the years, and I want you guys to meet the person or the people that I have met over the years. So here at It's Time, we talk about business, we talk about life, we talk about love, we talk about families, we talk about everything here. The door is open and there is no topic that will go unturned. We are going to be excited. I'm excited just to be able to get back into this space. So if we have not met, my name is Keandra Ward. I am an author, speaker, coach, consultant. I'm a mother. I'm a child of God at the end of the day. And I absolutely love to see people shine. And this platform is a great way for me to be able to do that. So today, our co-host for this month, our launch month, is a dear friend of mine. So I'm going to tell you guys a little story before I bring her up. So you know how when people tell you, you never know who's watching you, you know, always show up on social media. You never know who's watching you, right? So I showed up, kept showing up. And then I got an inbox from a lady who said, you know, I want you to come to California and speak to a group of women that I'm connected to. And I said, okay, well, how did you find me? I'm looking, I've never seen this lady, like not a thing on my page, never commented anything, but she had been watching. And when I got there, one of the first faces I saw was Miss LaShawn. LaShawn was like, hey girl. And I'm like, hey y'all, I don't really talk to people I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. They have me in California up in the mountains. So guys, just know that trying to drive up a mountain, in any mountain, is crazy, but this mountain up in California, she'll have to tell you where we were, but it was, when I tell you the road was like this, and I just kept saying, if another car come down this road, and who gonna go first? Because somebody going over this cliff, because I don't understand. I don't know how we gonna make it. But it actually ended up being an amazing experience that I will cherish, and I've made some relationships that I will cherish for absolutely ever. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up Miss LaShawn. Hey, love.
Hello, darling. Hello.
I am so glad to have you. It was funny because when it came time to decide who did I want the first host to be, I immediately thought of you. I did. I was like, I gotta have my girl, her energy, her love for people, and just all the things that you do. So before we get started talking about everybody else, I want you to talk a little bit about you. Tell them who you are, what you do, why you do it, how you do that thing, all of it.
Okay. Well, thank you for the warm welcome, and thank you for allowing me. It was an honor to be able to say yes. Like, girl, bye. Yes, I'm coming. So I'm excited, and I'm still sorry that your heart got scared with that narrow road. But sometime, honey, you know the diamond is always in the rough, and sometimes it takes a little travel into somewhere you ain't never been and get a little bit nervous to get something you ain't never had. So I'm so grateful, because it allowed us to be connected, and it's been amazing in these years that I've been able to just build this friendship with you. So hello, everybody out there watching. Listen, darling. I am LaShawn Spivey Angeletti, the Dream Cultivator. My special gift is to tap into people's innate gifts and talents and to call them jokers out. I call you out on not only your good, your bad, and your ugly, but I call you out to be the best you that you can be. And why is that valuable? Because guess what? The generation behind you is watching. That means your grandkids, your kids, your nieces and nephews, them neighbors' kids, whoever it is watching you that you are an inspiration to, they need you to be living out that thing that you're afraid of. That thing that puts you where you're like, oh my goodness, I know I'm supposed to do it, but I'm not sure. You need that to be in the front. So sometimes somebody has to tap in, make sure that you have a safe space to break through all of the ugly stuff of it and then jump out. So I do that by way of trainings. I do coaching. I also do development. Education is my sphere of expertise. I've been a teacher for 20 years. So I can help you with your young people. I can help you with your grown people. Y'all, I have them from 25 to 12. Father God, and it's a handful, literally 5 of them.
How many? 5? Okay.
It's 5 of them, boo. It's 5 of them. They will be watching like, she called us them again. You know who you are. And so I'm excited about that. What that has also done for me is it also helped me to be able to step in to see some of the value that I create in my personal space, which is where I used to do parties only. And because of the parties that I did for my friends and family, it birthed something amongst the business area that I was doing, all this cultivating people's dreams in my professional world. I married the two. So now I do luxury retreats for women so they get an opportunity to get away from their busy lives. You might be like Keandra, the beast of a boss who does everything, pouring into everybody in need of safe. I do that for women, usually in some ridiculous mansion, honey, because I get down like that, and have a fabulous team. We pour into you massages, activities, a live therapist on site, a licensed therapist on site, and so on and so on. I also do custom sip and paint parties so that we can get together and have a space where we can get that kind of that emotional cleansing in a safe, artistic way, to have that one-on-one and laugh and talk and just not be in charge for a minute. Those are the things that I do, and a couple other hats, but those are the big babies that I worry about.
Let me ask you, so let me tell you guys, her retreats, I don't think she gave it justice. Like she said it, but let me tell y'all, if you guys are ready to get away, relax, be pampered, heal, that's the place you need to be. That is the place you need to be. And the sip and paints, can we do those if we're virtual? So, I'm in Florida, you're in Cali. How does that work?
Oh, honey, I've done them so many times. A lot of people had a hard time. The world had a hard time dealing with the pandemic. But sometimes in the middle of the ash, there are roses that are blooming. And it literally, the pandemic forced me to take a gift that I wasn't sharing. And I offered it to the world because I didn't have any other way to help people. And because of it, it launched an entire new leg of the brand. And so, yes, I do Zoom parties. I've done family reunions via Zoom. What I do is we do a custom piece, whatever you want. I have it packaged, sent out. You don't have to worry about being Picasso, honey. I have it already sketched on the canvas for you. And then you get me. You get the live me teaching and pouring into you while I'm teaching you the lesson and tapping into some little personal stuff sometimes, depending on what you wanted to do. But I've done it for the 100-year reunion for some Divine Nine. I've done, some big events that from 90. I've had 90 people painting with me at the same time.
Really? Was that online or live?
No, that was online.
Really? Okay. I love that.
So listen, I had a whole production, rented a whole nother property, had 2 people, multiple screens going. It was another level. But if you wanted, my gift is making the dream come true. Don't challenge me with a good time. So yeah, I do that.
I absolutely love that. Now that I did not know. I knew that you could do it online, but I didn't know you had parties that big. And so for any type of event, you design the canvas for them. You guys, I love it. So everybody's event is unique.
Yes.
Essentially, everybody's event is unique. I absolutely love that. So y'all see why I had her on, right? You see the energy. She is absolutely amazing. And I thank you for your yes, for coming on and being with me this entire month with all of our guests. We have some amazing guests coming up this month. We have a realtor that will be talking to us about the Bank of America home loan. They have a special home loan for BOA if you have bad credit. and you simply have to pay your bills right for 6 months or something like that. Like, I'm gonna let the expert talk about that. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Claus coming on because, coming into the holidays, I'm excited. They are an African American Mr. and Mrs. Claus doing their thing out here. And so we're going to talk to them just about what that looks like. And then we have some other guests. You'll have to stay tuned later in the month to see who we have coming up. We have some exciting things coming up. Now, as we go ahead and transition, I'm going to share with you guys something absolutely amazing. Okay. So about maybe a year and a half ago, I was scrolling, right? I was scrolling and I ran up on a YouTube video. And we'll play a clip for you of this YouTube video of this young lady standing in a barbershop with a hat on, just straight singing. And I was like, oh, now she good. That's cool. Okay. The thing went viral. I just happened to see it. And about a year later, I got a call from someone that was like, hey, I want you to meet this young lady and kind of just help with some of the things that she's doing. I said, okay. Child, when they told me who it was and I Googled, I said, that's the girl in the barbershop. That's the girl that's the girl that can sing. And so I'm excited to have her on as our first official guest this season. Her name is Khalea Lynee. Khalea Lynee is an singer, songwriter, and if you watch this last video she had, I mean, at this point, I'm gonna call her an actress because they was doing it in that video. She just released her new EP, self-titled, as well as most of you, if she looks familiar, you have possibly seen her on season 17 of The Voice. So I'm going to bring up Miss Khalea Lynee.
Hi.
Hey. Hi. How are you today, love?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I am great. So again, I always tell people, thank you for your yes. When I called you out and said, hey, I would love for you to be the first guest on the show, you could have been like, I'm good, but you didn't. I appreciate that. So let's start with just tell a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you, man?
Well, like you said, I'm a mother as well. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a chocolate lover. And a child of the Most High as well, too, also. That's me in a nutshell. I love music. I love singing. I love performing. I love the stage. And
Right.
I don't really see myself doing anything else.
I love that. So as we, begin and I began to really look into your art, there are people that, when you hear your tone and your voice, people I hear, she sounds like Whitney, she sounds like Anita, oh my gosh. What do you say to people, or how do you feel when people connect you with people like Whitney and Anita Baker?
Honestly, I'm kind of left speechless every time that happens, because those are some legends. I mean, those are the greats that I grew up listening to. So being put in that same category with them, I mean, it leaves me speechless every time, and it's an honor. I try to hear what they're hearing. I don't hear it, but I thank God that they hear it. And I'm just grateful. It always puts me in a state of gratitude because it could be another way.
Right. Absolutely. LaShawn, so we sent you all, Khalea's details and information. Tell me what you thought, girl.
Honey, I said, okay, listen, the level of love, everything. I was like, she got a whole lot of, baby, some folks been in some good love. I think that was the common thread that I was like, and I think I feel like that because, okay, as an R&B lover, and as a person who enjoys like sultry sounds, we are not getting songs that sound like love stories or we don't get that kind of music is kind of dying out. I hate to say that, but the younger generation has an affection for a little more of a crass feel than what my taste buds enjoy. So track 1, I was like, oh, that's fire. All right. Track 2, I was like, oh. By 3, I was like, oh, so we just this how we feeling. This is how we feeling. I was like, okay, let me get in the bed. I paused and got in the bed on 3. Like, yeah, let me just get. I really was low key mad I didn't have my wine ready. Like, dang it, it's already too late. It's midnight. Let me enjoy it. So yes, I think that's how I felt. That's how I personally felt. Voice amazing, and that's how I felt.
I love.
Thank you very much.
Khalea, what's been your biggest inspiration? Like, what inspires you to be Khalea Lynee?
Well, when I was younger, it was just the sheer love of being able to sing, being able to write. I didn't really need any outside inspiration. It was once I discovered that I could do it, I was just excited that I could do it.
Yeah.
But as you keep on living and life starts lifing, I think it's just, I just have a sincere, deep-rooted love for music because my mom brought me up with that love for music from birth.
Right.
And it never really left, but the desire to be successful, the desire to take it as far as I can possibly take it, that has grown in me, as the years go by. Like it increases because I see the possibilities, I see the potential, and I haven't quit yet. So it's like every year, more possibilities open, more doors open. So every year I'm just like, well, I've come this far. I can't really stop now, because who knows what's behind the next door. So now it's become just a bit of a mystery. I don't know, like who knows what's going to happen next. And I'm going to keep going because I want to see what happens next.
Yes.
My children inspire me. And just the fact that I have the gift, like that's inspiration in itself because, not everybody has the gift of song. Not everyone has the gift to write. We all have our own individual gifts. And I feel like I was given this one. So I can't really deny it. And I think it's only right that I use the gift because someone else could want the gift and just not have it. And I have it. So it don't take much to inspire me to sing. I love to do it.
Okay, so I want to ask a question on that same note. So it's your gift. You're using your gift, which is amazing. I share with you how I feel about how things have, we've changed. Mm-hmm. What do you see that you can project like, I want to use my gift in this way to take into the future? Because I know, old school, they look at us and say, oh man, y'all don't know. You ain't got it like we had it, right? So what are you envisioning for the future? What you envision, how to use your gift? If you could just, bow and arrow and launch that gift out into the future, 30 years, what would you send to Khalea 2.0, the 30-year you? What do you want her to have that's just on fire? That is missing now. I'm sorry, I put a trick in it. The educator in me coming out.
Well, what's missing now, I don't see a whole lot of artists reaching back for upcoming artists. And I'm sure it is happening. I just don't see it a whole lot. And that's something I would love to do because I know that I won't be performing on stage forever. There's going to come a time where I want to kind of do some behind the scenes type of things and not necessarily be in the forefront anymore. So when that happens, and maybe not even when that happens, because I could do it now, I want to start reaching back to other singers and artists and songwriters that are coming up. Not saying that I'm just so great and grand and I've gone so far, but I have gained knowledge and experience that I could absolutely pass on to somebody else. So the future me would love to reach back to those who are trying to get even to where I am now, and beyond. So that's definitely something that I see myself doing with my gift in the future.
Love it. All right, y'all listening. Somebody should be inspired. Like, let me get on it.
I'm listening, trying to sing.
Because Khalea looking for you.
Have ideas and hopefully we'll begin to implement them soon.
Yes. You know, I was laughing because I'm a person that I sing off of cues, and you was like, I can't give up now. You know that song, I just can't give up. I was like, oh, I'm about to break out in song. Lord Jesus, let me not do that on this.
That's one of my favorite songs.
I come too far from where I start. Listen, I was in here like trying to like this is not the time or the place. But I love the fact that in life can give us cues for songs. So tell us about how life has kind of cued you with the new EP. I know she was talking and saying it was all love. She had to go get in the bed and, get a glass of wine. She probably called her husband, said a few words. We know how that
goes. Yeah, life definitely gives us cues for songs, or at least I hear them. But I mean, okay, so here's another song. Not everybody will recognize this one, but Everything You Touch is a Song. That was an old Winans song.
Yep.
For me, literally everything I touch, everything I go through, everything I experience is a song or has the potential to be a song.
Right.
So one thing I noticed in the industry, there really isn't much love music anymore. There's not a whole lot of songs out there that are just about the good side of love, how great it is, how grand it can be, how good it feels, all the positives. We have enough songs, that bash men or talk about the breakup and the heartache and, the negative side of love, but there isn't too much out there talking about the positive. So I wanted to kind of talk about all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So on the project, there's definitely songs on there that are more on the happier side of love. But for me, it could be, experiencing a great relationship, experiencing a great friendship, a good connection with, another person. It could be anything. How great I felt this morning when I woke up. How horrible I felt this morning when I woke up. Something that happened last week, something random. I don't need a whole lot to cue me to write a song, because honestly, once it hits me, once the inspiration hits me, or if I can hear just one line, I'm like, oh, that's a song. And it just kind of spirals from there. But what happens is when I write about real life content, that's what people mostly relate to. And I learned that, along the way. You don't have to pretend to be anything you're not. You don't have to put on, you don't have to create this facade that, you want people to fall in love with musically. Just be you, write about what you know, and I guarantee you somebody's going to relate to it. And that has proven to be true. So every life cue that has happened for me, if I write about it, somebody is going to relate. They always do.
Okay, see, I feel like I don't even play softball. One of my kids do, but I feel like somebody just passed me that ball right. Like, oh, honey, that bat. I feel like I'm right at it. So I'm going to ask this question, because the question I had, and you literally kind of leading into answering some of what I might be asking in this question, because I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts about cancel culture and music? We have so many, our younger people, they look at music now like, I like it or I love or I hate it. I like you or I hate you. Everything is I like you or I hate you. And the sad part is, it's so strong and so heavy that they pigeonhole themselves into becoming something that they haven't even had enough experience to say yay or nay to. Right. What kind of message would you get as a songwriter, would you give to younger people about what they're listening to as they embody this, I'm a part of the new freedom of, I can say how I want, cancel how I want, which cancel culture has not been playing. It really, to me, it's been a mask for those who are injured. Mm-hmm. It's been a bandage for people who are having a hard time with dealing with their life, whatever the journey is, their circumstance, finances, love, loss, life, whatever. So what is a message what would you say to that young person who's like, they got this trigger finger, but they like, I don't know, I want to figure it out. What you say to them? Please let me know, darling.
We're living in weird times. But honestly, I think some of today's music listeners, they need to have a history lesson, and they should go back and listen to some of the music that came before us, because if they want to cancel what they're hearing now, I mean, some of the lyrics back then, they may not have been as explicit and as vulgar, but they will talk about the same stuff.
Right.
It got just as deep in the music from the past. So right. I think they should do a little history lesson and learn about music as a whole. Upcoming artists and singers and songwriters, young people, anybody that's interested in entering into this particular industry, I think that they should first grasp the concept of being themselves, which it's so much easier said than done these days because they're influenced by so much and influenced to be so many things that they really aren't. So it's, they do have to pretend and put on. Grasp the concept of being yourself. And if you can at least just keep it in the back of your mind, because a lot of that isn't going to come until you've lived a while and experienced some things and you become completely comfortable with yourself. Then you can truly just be yourself. But when you come into this industry, if you start out as a pretender, you will forever have to keep up that pretending. You will forever have to wear a mask. And the day you decide to take it off, people aren't going to recognize who you are. And it'll be harder for them to accept the real you. That is why I'm so big on always being myself. You're not going to call me out on something that I haven't already called myself out on. So if you choose to cancel me as an artist, that's your right. That's okay. But it's not going to be because, I found out something about Khalea. I've already talked about it. I already wrote a song about it. I already sang about it, because I'm okay with me.
Yes.
Artists have to be okay with being themselves, because having to keep up with the representative that they present to the world, it's exhausting, and I don't have the energy for that. So I would rather just be my true organic self. I can dress myself up, I can dress myself down, I can write about whatever I want to write about. I can perform anywhere. I can do an interview with anybody. None of it is going to hold me back. And I'm not going to allow anything or anyone to put me in a box. I enjoy that artistic freedom. Not everybody has that. But it is my hope that, more artists and the younger generation will begin to have that, just comfort in being themselves, being the artists that they are, having that creative freedom. And I think hopefully that will help to subside some of the craziness that's going on with the cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know where that train is going, but I hope that more will become, more comfortable with being themselves.
Right. I wanted to say though, and not necessarily piggybacking, but commenting, one of the things that I've absolutely loved about being connected and working with you is the fact that you are who you are. Like every time, if you're on an interview, if we're sitting in the office, if we're on the phone, like it doesn't matter. You don't change. And that's really important to me just to see, because I think people need to see that you can just be you. It's okay. It's okay to be yourself. And at all times, like I have never been like, that's a little different. Like I've never had that. And it's been a little over a year. I have never said that. And I thought about that the other day as I was preparing for this. I was like, I love the fact that she is truly who she presents herself to be online. What you see online, what you see in person, it is all the same. How do you connect with the fact that so many people actually really love you? Like they love them some Khalea. Like how do you connect with that and stay grounded and stay humble? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just because I've found that place of just gratitude. Like, I'm thankful for it all. The good, the bad, the difficult. I'm just grateful for it all because I know that things could be so much worse. Right. And I think, like I was saying earlier, a lot of it just comes with life experience. I'm thankful that I've never lost myself, because that happens with some people sometimes. You know, some artists start out very grounded and then they become super successful and they kind of lose that. I don't see myself losing that. I was brought up by a grandma from Alabama, a mama from Alabama, just country, down home, loving people. All they wanted to do was feed and clothe you. And, you know, those wonderful, warm, loving characteristics that I grew up seeing, that became a part of who I am. And now I see myself acting just like my mama, acting just like my grandmother. Like, they really, really rubbed off on me, and I just got it honest. So staying grounded isn't hard for me. It's just who I am. Connecting with the love that people show me is not always easy, because I can be a little withdrawn sometimes. I can be a bit antisocial. I can be, you know, just kind of in my own little shell. That's just kind of my personality. I'm social when I have to be.
Right.
I'm, you know, talkative when I need to be. I know how to mingle and be cordial and smile and shake hands and greet people. I know how to do all those things, but I'm most comfortable when I'm in my own little bubble. So when people show love in the way that they do, I'm grateful for it. I absolutely am grateful for it. But at the same time, it's like, wow, y'all really love me like that? Like, geez, all I can do is be thankful.
Right.
Because it could be another way. They could not be receptive to me and my music. And, you know, people don't have to be nice. People don't have to think you're all that. Like, they don't have to think that. But if they do, I'm grateful.
Right. I'm like an ambivert.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm like her. I'm an ambivert. Like, I can be up and down, like spirit fingers. And then it's like, I want to be by myself. Like, right. So I definitely get that. Go ahead, LaShawn. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I don't speak that language. I have a special place for those of you that are like that. And it's called Take a Nap. And, you know, I'll be ready. I'm out. But I admire, and I know that you need that. You know what I mean? That you need. So I have 2 out of the 5 are like that in the house. So I definitely get it. Mm-hmm. However, my extroverted self be bouncing off the wall. They be like, where'd she go? She took a walk because everybody's going to bed. She couldn't take it. Now I'm out. I got to go do something. So I'm like wheels. Literally, I'm running the wheels until it's time to shut it down. And
she knows when we travel that I got to take my naps, y'all. Like,
listen.
She'd be like, I'm about to go here. I'm like, girl, if I don't go back, I'm about to go lay down. So okay.
And then I'll be offended if you have nerve to ask me if that's though was something you gonna miss. Where you going again? Don't ask me. You don't want to need a nap. No. Don't be on me like that. I'm out. I'll try to make sure it's not one of your top 5, but I am getting out of this room or house or whatever else. So with that in mind, okay, so I'm excited about. That means that people are fascinated with you. And a lot of times what happens is when we are our authentic self and we are true to self and we can comfortably say our yays and nays and bump our head and be like, shoot, it was my head. I'm good, you know, and keep going. That makes people draw. They're like, man, what is that? It's a level of confidence that makes people lean in towards you. And so I saw you all have I said, wait, the fascinations. Hold on a minute. I thought that was fire. So now I'm fascinated to know where the fascinations comes from and what does that mean to you all as artists?
So the Fascinations is my band, and we selected that name because it gave a very old school feel. It gave like a blast from the past type of feel. Like you always had your Gladys Knight and the Pips. You know, there was always this person and those people. but the name of the group kind of embodied who they were. And so that's what we were looking for, a name that would embody who we are and the sound that we want to put out into the world. So my sound is very soulful. It's a little churchy. It's a little quartet. It's, it's feel good music. That's the only way I truly know how to describe it. So in choosing the name, that's kind of what we wanted to portray. This is going to be some classic feel good music. I hope people hear it as being timeless music, because that's, what I want to put out. It's timeless music that doesn't really die. It doesn't get old or become played out in a couple years. I want people to still be listening to this project 5, 10, 15 years from now and still be able to connect to it. So in choosing a name for the band and my background singers, we tried to embody all of that into a name.
Excellent choice, because everybody's always fascinated about fascinated. Everybody's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
that's good. They are amazing.
I want to spark their interest. Like, well, what they about to do when they come out?
Yes,
that's what to give. Yes,
that's good.
They're amazing too. Like, I think that having so much talent in one room, for me, it's mind blowing. I've watched them all together, and for me, I always feel like the oldest one in the room. And I'm like, baby, these babies is talented. These little kids. First off, who is your mama and who is your dad? Who taught you that? Where you get that from? Like, the way that they play and connect and fuse together, I guess that's a good word, on stage is crazy. I remember one of the first times I actually really saw them. I don't even think I told you guys this. No, this was at the event that RC Music Ryan had at the so I'm sitting there at the table, right? They're out there. They come out there. First, I'm all excited. I'm like, there they go, y'all. Look, there they go. Y'all start singing, girl. I'm back there crying. I'm like, oh, God. Yes, God. I'm crying. I was so excited because, when you see things coming together and then you actually see it in live form, like together working and meshing, I was just like, whoa. So how do you feel now that, because a lot of your career has been Khalea, how do you feel now that you have the Fascinations and they're a part of this growth in this next phase of your brand?
I feel great about it. And I feel, nothing happens by accident, by coincidence. I feel like we are exactly where we're supposed to be in this moment. I feel awesome about it. And I'm grateful for the connections that I've built with the band, the background singers, because everybody has their own individual thing going on in life. Everybody has their talent, their gift that they, could be out here using and not be singing with me. Like, they don't have to be singing with me. So I'm grateful that they are here. And it's just amazing when you can find people that it's easy to connect with. It's easy to gel with on stage.
Right.
Like, that musical connection, that's not something that's easily described, like verbally.
Right.
It's once we all connect and we get on stage together, or even just rehearsing together, and we vibe with each other, like, it's not hard for us to read each other musically. It just syncs. And that I'm forever grateful for, because that's not easy to find all the time. So when you find it, it's like, oh, like, this is everything. It's everything. It just feels like putting a puzzle together and you find that final puzzle piece to complete the whole picture. Like, that's the best feeling. Like, you've been working on something for so long and you get that last piece to fit in and you're just like, all my work just paid off. Like, it's a feeling of, like, just satisfaction. Just, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to describe. So
I mean, you guys, man.
I can't wait to see him live.
Oh, we coming to Cali.
Oh, come on. It's plenty room. So what's your favorite piece? Like when you, because I feel like you, like I was one step from seeing you close your eyes and be on stage right now. So what's your favorite jam? If you had to pick one right now, when you guys get in that zone, what's the one that make you like, oh, we about to kill this one?
Okay, so the intro track to my EP is called Ain't Much. That song and Can't Let You Go. That's another song off of the EP. Those two tracks are my favorite they're my favorite to perform in general, but they're really my favorite to perform with the whole group.
Yeah, that Can't Let You Go. That's mine. Yeah. I mean, I think I called. I was like, girl, this Can't Let You Go. That's me. Help me, help you. Okay. Where did that come from? Where did Can't Let You? Let's just go in there. Where did Can't Let You Go come from?
So Can't Let You Go was written about a personal situation. It was an actual situation of mine, about a person who I had just been on again, off again for years. And, I think people relate so much to that song because a lot of people have those situations in life, those situationships in life, where the relationship is like, you really do want it to work, but it's just that one something that just keep getting trying to put a square into a circular hole. Like it's just not working and you can't figure out why is it not working, but you don't want to stop trying. You don't necessarily want to let go of that person.
Right.
And so yeah, we were in that kind of weird phase. And I was just like, this is a lot. And for me, I don't always talk about my problems, but I will definitely write a song about them. Like that's therapeutic for me. That's how I get it out.
Right.
And so one day it just, I was actually listening through some beats one day, just trying to find inspiration to write a song. So I was listening through some instrumental tracks and I found this one that sparked that song. And the words just kind of started flowing out. I was able to get like the first 2 lines or so, and then I just kept going at it. And before I knew it, I had a whole song. And it wasn't hard to write because all I was doing was singing about what I was going through and just making it rhyme.
Right. My best friend, she was listening to it. She said, every time I listen to that song and I look at him, I say, why are you here?
So many people have DM'd me, texted me, and told me in person how that song, people always say that song just get me in my feelings. And I just connect so much to that song. I'm like, yeah, because you got that person you can't let go of. That's why.
Why are you still here, sir? What is you doing? But but I mean, that's the real. And I think that's what makes your music so special because it's real. Like these are, people are really connecting with the real life of your music. Like they're seeing you, they're listening to you, but they are seeing themselves. Like I'm all in it. At this point, I'm the video, okay? Like at this point, go ahead and reel my life in that video. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We my friends and I had that conversation too, to where we was like, listen, if she needs some topics for a video, like we can just come, we'll bring them too. Come on, we talk about you. Like it's real life. And so as you created the EP, like let's go into Sweet Love. So first off, I absolutely love the visual. I love the visual. Let's talk about where did that come from? Like what sparked that visual for that song?
Well, I think what sparked the visual was the track itself, because before I wrote the song, when I just heard the empty instrumental track, I could literally visualize what the video was going to look like just by listening to the music. So once I was able to put lyrics to it, I was like, in order to do this song justice, the visual has to match the sound of the music. Like I can't make it look like 2022, but it sounds like 1963. I had to make the visual match, how the music sounded. And so once we agreed upon that, then it was just building it. Okay, what am I going to wear? What's my hair going to look like? What are the background singers going to dress in, and the band, and what type of scenery would we like? What's the set going to look like? So we literally had to just line by line check things off of what we wanted to see in the visual to make sure that it did justice to the song itself. And it just kind of blossomed. I don't know. It just came together.
That ain't a kind of. That's a slam dunk.
Yeah, it really did come together. And even though, like, most people don't know, there were missing pieces. There were things that were supposed to happen in the video, things we wanted. We ran into some brick walls and had some ups and downs. But ultimately, the way it turned out, I was like, it is what it's supposed to be, and I'm happy with it. I think it came out great, and it matches the track. So that's all I wanted to accomplish, and I feel like we did that.
Right.
And isn't that customary? We always feel like the things that were missing, like, oh snap, I should have did this, and that, or I was trying to get these other things done, and it ended up being exactly the recipe that was needed, And I'm loving that. So if you were able to, let's say, we're going to be a little tricky now, write a recipe, because you write music, and you've proven multiple times that you got that on rap. So what would be a meal that you would prepare to go with that track? Because we already know the video on fire, the music got our ear and everything. So come on, tell me, what would I be sitting down eating? What was the palate? What is the food that goes with it?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. Gotta have cornbread. Some sweet tea to drink.
Wait, some sweet tea like Texas or like Alabama?
Like Alabama.
Okay, all right. I got your taste buds now.
Like, you gotta watch your pressure after you drink this tea.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I feel like either barbecue chicken or oxtails.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I ain't playing no games. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
And or. We can put
and or.
Now we could either go rice, because that's how they
rice,
or mashed potatoes.
And
green beans.
Gotta
have the green beans.
You got some bacon in the green beans?
It's either bacon or it's neck bones. One of the two.
Ooh, wait.
Bread, cornbread, and gotta have that sweet tea. I don't even eat like it no more,
y'all. That played my back already.
Got the itis already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even eat like that no more. But when I hear that song, if I was to put some food with it,
yes, I love it.
A meal like that.
Oh, I love it.
Joint with your plate and the smoke and the
because it fill your soul and stick to your bones. That's what you said. Mm-hmm. I love it.
So what's next for the EP? What you doing?
I am looking for ways to push this EP as much as possible and as far as possible. I'm really not in a super rush to put out more music, but there is more music coming. It is already in the works. But I'm sitting in this EP. I'm sitting in the place that this EP has brought me to. I am resting in it. I'm marinating in it. I'm enjoying it because it took me a long time to get here. So I'm not going to rush past this moment. Right. So every opportunity that I have to sing songs from that EP, I'm grateful for them. But, I want to push it further outside of the state of Florida, wherever performance opportunities open up. I'm willing to go. that's really where I'm at with it. I want to continue performing it as much as I possibly can while working on the new music. And I'm thankful for platforms like this that allow me to come on and talk about it and promote it, you know, because I reach people that I may not have been able to reach before when I can come on platforms like this. So thank y'all for allowing me to come on and do this and talk about the project, because I know it'll reach, you know, the homes and the ears of people that I may not have been able to reach by myself. So right. I just want to continue pushing it as far as I possibly can and prepare myself for the next project, the next phase of all of this.
Absolutely. And where can they find you?
So I am on Facebook and Instagram, just my name, Khalea Lynee. I'm on TikTok. I believe it is the same, Khalea Lynee, although I'm not on TikTok a whole lot. I'm trying to get better with it. Twitter is official Khalea. Also, I'm not on Twitter as much as I used to be in the past, but I'm on there every now and then, more so Facebook and Instagram. And then for booking, it would be meetkalealynee.com. You can find my music, my YouTube there. Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube, Khalea Lynee. But at meetkalealynee.com, you can find all there is to know about me. And yeah, come find me.
Come find me. Can you leave us with a little something? Just leave us with, just give us a, she said, thank you. Just give us,
I was waiting with my butter knife. Like, can I just get a little slice of bread? Just a little slice.
Just a little slice of that cornbread. Okay, just a little slice. With the neck bone sauce a little bit on there, okay?
Just a little on the salsa.
Of course. Let's see. It ain't too much. Ain't too much I won't do for your love. It ain't much I won't do for your love. It ain't too much I won't do for your love. So please hold me close and don't let go. So please hold me close and don't let go.
Wow. Lord.
Yeah, I'm about to call him.
You are so genuine, so natural. We thank God for the gift of Khalea Lynee and what he has instilled in you and how you are honoring the gift that he has given you, and you are using it for good. Some people use them gifts for bad. Okay. She's using her gifts for good, people. And I'm thankful for you, and thank you for coming on and being our very first guest on our second season reboot, because I didn't reboot it the second season like 50,000 times. But thank you so much. Remember, guys, go out to @Khalea Lynee on all social media or meetkalealynee.com for booking. And social media, keep track of what she's doing, guys. Share, like, support. She is out there. There is music that we want to hear, and she is producing it. So thank you again, and we appreciate you coming on today.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Beautiful. Inside and out, darling. Keep shining. Keep shining.
Thank you so much.
Up next on It's Time. Darling, it's time for Hot Topic. And guess what we're talking about? We talk about something nice and hot and juicy. How about somebody that fell out in the bedroom? Try that on for spicy and hot. Keandra, let's talk about this, honey.
Okay, LaShawn, you said somebody fell out in the bedroom. Girl, what you talking about? What hot topic? What we talking about today on Hot Topic?
Oh, honey, this is a juicy hot topic. I fell straight out in the bedroom. Like, I'm not talking about just like had a nap. No, not fell like that. No, I'm talking about in the moment. Man, woman doing their thing, and boom, she gone.
Passed out?
No, baby, she gone. Like life trying to leave. She gone.
What?
Honey. I said, talk about having some good. I'm sorry, maybe I ain't supposed to say it like that. Baby.
Make you pass out. Come on.
It take you out, honey. The man had to look. Your man got to look for your pulse, baby. Oh, that hurt me.
Oh,
That
was great. Oh, God. So at the end, as we close up Hot Topic for the day, all I'm telling y'all is get checked. You know, if you're in the moment and you feeling a little funny at all, pause for a second. Just
for the call.
Pause for the calls. Make sure everything is good. And come on back, you know, you can get on back, but just make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. There's so many natural stressors out here, and so many things that are happening, you know, on the real. We just got to be cautious, and we have to be careful with ourselves, right?
Yeah. And like you say, guess what? Somebody need to hear this over their medical condition. It's time. It's not
time.
just a show. It's time.
It's time.
Get to it.
It's time. It's been crazy. It has been crazy. It was an amazing episode. Thank you so much, LaShawn. We will see you next week. I thank you for your yes again. I'm ready to get it on to our next guest. We have Realtor Corey Keandra coming on next week. He'll be explaining to us about the home buying process and just the market, because the market is crazy, y'all. The market out here is crazy. And we need, you know, realtors that understand and that want to help and that want to support those who are looking to buy and those who are maybe even selling.
I can't wait to hear this, because there's so many people that need it. So many people have been, you know, afraid, especially with all the inflation we you know, have had over the last year. People are feeling like their dreams can never come true. So I cannot wait to hear what he brings to the table. And thank you. It was exciting to be here. And I can't wait to see you guys at the next episode.
See you later.
Bye, girl.
Woo! Y'all, boy, did we have a time on It's Time. Thank you for joining us for the season 2 reboot. I want to thank our guest, Khalea Lynee, and our host, LaShawn Spigoletti. She will be back with us next week as we speak with Corey Keandra, who is a real estate agent here in the Tampa Bay area. We're going to talk about what's going on in the real estate world. It's a big, hot topic in the world, and we need to be on top of it. And we need to have the information that's real. Okay. We need to have the information that is real. If you are interested in being on the show, visit the details below. We would love to have you on and hear your story. I want you guys to remember that it is time. It's time to heal. It's time to love. It's time to dream. It's time to go out and be who God has called you to be. And remember, guys, always know that you're worthy, you are worth it, and God wants you to have it. Want to know why? Because he still has you here. So don't forget to set your alarms next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. and join us right here. See you guys next week.